Good afternoon, students. Sit in a prayerful posture. Dear Lord, shower your blessing upon us as we are going to start our today's class. Help us to keep learning every day of our life. Give knowledge, strength, and good understanding so that our students can grasp all the teachings of this class and better understand the topic. God be with us during our studies and always. Amen. So students, we were doing the topic, the rise of new religions. So today we will talk about Jainism. Earlier we have talked about Upanishads. So there were certain corruptions, or the peoples were not satisfied with the four varnas, four caste systems, and dominated lower caste people were dominating by the high caste peoples. And at that time, these two religions came into influence, which are Jainism and Buddhism. First, we will talk about Jainism. The doctrine of Jainism were preached by saints or acharyas called Tirthankaras, means the values that the Jainism were preached, taught to the their disciples, their followers as a teacher. We can call them saints or Tirthankaras. In Jainism, we are saying Tirthankaras. There are so many Tirthankaras in Jainism. First Tirthankaras were Rishabhava, and in this way so many Tirthankaras were there. And 23rd Tirthankaras was Prashvanath, and the last 24th Tirthankara was Mahavira. So today we'll talk about Mahavira. Mahavira, considered as founder of Jainism, who has brought Jainism. See, many of philosophies and ideas related to Jainism were in circulation, means spread or flown in the 17th century. However, it was Vardhamana Mahavira who gave them a definite shape in the 6th century. His teaching led to the fast growth and spread of the Jaina sect, means peaceful sect, his own teachings. So we will talk about little bit about Mahavira. Mahavira, a Lichvi prince. In the previous chapter, you have talked about Vishali, and there are Janpadas and Mahan Janpadas, and there is one kingdom, Lichvi. He was a Lichvi prince, left his home at the age of 30 years. For 12 years. How many years? For 12 years. And he led a hard and lonely life. In his 13th year, when he was in 13 years old, he was away from materialistic satisfaction. Means he has left everything, left home. Asceticism means free from the materialistic things. He became a worthy, valuable person, guru. In Jainism, we are saying arhant. Knowledge of Kaivalya means liberation from rebirth, through which he conquered misery and happiness. He spent इसने दुख और खुशी पे he won the sorrow and the happiness. Means in his life no sorrow, no happiness, only peace, satisfaction. He spent the remaining years of his life in preaching his religious ideas in Magad and Anga. So, teachings of Jainism. 5 vows, 5 teachings. Ahimsa means these are the 5 values, doctrines. Jainism taught 5 doctrines how to follow the life. Ahimsa means non-violence. Do not commit violence. If you want something, don't fight. Asatya means not stealing. Don't steal the things. Satya, not telling a lie. Speak truth. Aparigraha, not possessing property. Don't make property or don't run for property to make property. Brahmacharya, leave every practicing chastity means you have to not to marry, free from marriage. This, the 5th value, this value has given who? Mahavira. But other 4 values have given other Tirthakaras, other arhants before Mahavira. So it is said that only the 5th doctrine was added by Mahavira. Which was that? Observe celibacy or Brahmacharya. The followers of the Mahaviras were known as the Jinas. Jinas. He asked his followers to discard clothes completely, not to wear the clothes. They had to observe all 5 doctrines in their life. If they have to spend the life as free means to free from karmas, peaceful life. So we can say in Jainism, the spiritual leader of teachers are known as Tirthakaras. Mahavira was the 24 Tirthakaras, and those who follow the Mahavira, the people, those who following the 5 teachings of Mahavira, we call them Jains. The teaching is not killing was practiced to the maximum, and non-violence was the ritual for the Jainism. What are the values I told you? Siddhantas, Mahavira preached, taught the man's ultimate goal is to attain freedom from worldly bonds. जो बंध के रखे हैं उससे free रहना है. To attain moksha in materialistic things. It can be obtained by following 3 jewels, 3 gems, 3 values are Siddhantas. Which 3 values? The person need to be right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct, how to conduct with the people without any violence. जिसको आप सन्यासी जैसा जीवन बोलते हो. So now we'll talk about Buddhism. I hope you have kept your pencil and notebook with you, and book also. Buddhism. So in the later century, when Jainism was divided into 2 sects, Digambaras and Shvetambaras. Digambaras means sky and Shvetambaras means what? White. So they chose not to wear clothes. The Shvetambaras wore a white dress. 2 types of Jainism people were there. First one is Digambara. Digambaras are totally not wear the clothes, and Shvetambaras are wearing the clothes but white and covered their mouth with white cloth. The early Jains discarded the Sanskrit language mainly patronized by Brahmins and taught to their values in Prakrit. Prakrit is older than Sanskrit. So, the adaptation of Prakrit by Jains helped the growth of this language. Who has adopted this language? Prakrit is also originated from Sanskrit. Language and its literature. But it's the oldest language, like Sanskrit. That is Prakrit. The Jainism followed Prakrit language. Now we will talk about Buddhism. Buddha. Some call Buddha. Gautam Buddha was the founder of Buddhism. Like Mahavira was the founder of Jainism, same way Gautam Buddha was the founder of Buddhism. Buddhism is a midway between Hinduism and Jainism. Hinduism and Jainism, in between we can say Buddhism. It had more followers abroad than in India. Buddhism is one of the imprints that India has left on other civilization. The people, those who have lived life in India. See here, Siddhartha, or you can say Gautam Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, was the son of the chief of the Republican tribes of Sakayas. What? Tribes. This is the name of the tribes, Sakayas. And the Buddha are the enlightened values. One was born in 556 BCE, means 25 years ago at Lumbini. Where? You can read from here also. Buddha left his life of a prince and abandoned his family in search of true knowledge. He practiced asceticism, means away from the materialistic things, left the home for 6 years. How many years? For 6 years. And then suddenly attained salvation, means free from the world, through meditation, to put whole concentration to God. He attained enlightenment under a peepal tree at Bodh Gaya in Bihar. Where? Bodh Gaya. Bodh Gaya in Bihar, and understood the cause of suffering in the world. What is happening in the world? He understood that things. कि किस दुख से लोग गुजर रहे हैं. Buddha preached his first sermon in Sarnath, teaching his values. First lesson of values was called the turning of the wheel of law of Dharma Chakra Parivartana. इसी तरह we have taken the name that Dharam Parivartan Chakra, Dharam Chakra Parivartan. For about 45 years, he kept on wandering, moving from here to there for true enlightenment, preaching and meditating continuously. He passed away in 483 BC at Kushinagara. So 45 years he took and kept on wandering here and there for what? True enlightenment. Searching for the peace, satisfaction. And then after that he passed away when 483 BC, where in Kushinagara. So you can see in the picture how the Buddha was preaching. See, here and there. He had seen so many things, a dead man, an old man, and that he concluded himself the result. See how the people are suffering. So you can see a sick man also. So teachings of the Buddhism, values of the Buddhism has given 4 noble truths. Buddha's teachings are represented by the 4 noble truths. The essence of Buddhism lies in 4 noble truths. Whatever he had got from the world, wandering here and there, essence means the conclusion what he got. I will read. The world is full of suffering. He had seen the world is suffering. He has seen the dead body also, old age also, means suffering is there. The suffering has a cause. That's why he said about moksha. If moksha is there, we will free from birth and death. Desire is the cause of suffering. See, desire. We have desire, we should have this furniture, we should have these things. That is our desire. We are thinking we want this phone of Apple phone, we want this iPhone. But if the materialistic things, but we need to be, this is very difficult. Only sadhu people are doing this, to leave the home and all that. But we are teaching you that these people did this. Buddhism. If desire is stopped, if our thinking is stopped for ourselves, we want this, wanting, desire, suffering can also be stopped. जब आपको वो चीज नहीं मिलती है तो we are feeling sad. Mama, I want this, and you didn't get that, and you feel sad. When you got, and you feel happy. If we will not ask for anything, no happy, no sadness. Understood? So these are the teachings. And he had also taught us the way, path, how to spend the life. He is saying this 8-fold path. The way that leads to removal of suffering. If you want to remove suffering from your life, need to be known as 8-fold path. We need to obey this 8-fold path. It is a path, it is the way. Midway between royal living, luxurious living, and hard living. It includes right action. You need to do right action, which is good, but you have to keep in that mind moksha. Right thoughts, right belief, right living, right speech, whatever you are speaking, right effort, what you are doing to do these all things. Right recollection, remembrance, what you have loved, you have to recall the things. Right meditation, give your fullness to God, full attention. These are the 8 paths. So first, I will show you the video of Mahavira. Watch it and get knowledge.
The teachings of Mahavira, Vardhamana attained enlightenment or Kevala Jnana and came to be called Mahavira, meaning the great.
Students, listen it carefully and please see the pronunciation also.
Hero or Jaina, meaning conqueror of the 5 senses. The followers of Mahavira were therefore called Jains. Mahavira then travelled throughout the country and preached the doctrines and principles of Jainism in Ardha Magadhi, a language spoken by ordinary people. His philosophy soon spread across Kosala, Anga, Videha, Magadha, Avanti, and other parts of the country. A large number of people, including royalty, became his followers.
See the places where the preaching of Jainism spreads. Videha, Kosala, Avanti, Magadha, Anga.
Did you know that King Bimbisara and Ajatashatru of Magadha were ardent devotees of Mahavira, and that they helped promote Jain principles across Magadha and their neighboring kingdoms? Finally, at the age of 72, Mahavira attained Nirvana at Pava, today's Patna. Mahavira lived by 5 vows: non-violence or ahimsa, not to steal or achaurya, not to lie or satya, non-attachment to worldly pleasures or aparigraha, and celibacy or brahmacharya. As Mahavira believed that all creatures of the world, including insects, plants and animals, had the right to live, he believed that they should not be harmed. Mahavira believed that no one should take another's property unless the owner himself gives it to them. Mahavira believed that one should always speak the truth, but that if the truth hurt any living being, then better to remain silent. Mahavira believed that one should not acquire more than what is needed for oneself. Do you know that taking more than what one needs is considered a theft in Jainism? Finally, Mahavira believed that one should be able to control his sensual pleasure and desires. Another of Mahavira's doctrines was the non-belief in God. According to him, God was not the creator of the universe. Man alone was responsible for his deeds and his destiny, and no god or any outside power could determine a man's destiny. Mahavira believed that for a man to lead a life free from all miseries and sufferings, he should renounce all worldly pleasures and follow asceticism. Mahavira also advocated the attainment of nirvana or salvation. He believed in the concept of karma and rebirth, where karma is the cycle of birth and death. He maintained that man could liberate himself from the cycle of birth and death only by attaining salvation or moksha. And how does one attain salvation or moksha? By following the 3 virtues or Triratnas, namely right faith, right knowledge and right conduct. Mahavira did not believe in meaningless rituals and sacrifices performed in the name of God and opposed them. He advocated the discarding of Vedic rituals and sacrifices. Mahavira strictly opposed the caste system. He believed that all people in the world are equal and no discrimination should be shown based on one's caste. Did you know he even encouraged the freedom of women by allowing them to join in Jain Sanghas? A Sangha is an organization that includes persons from the 4-fold order, namely monks, nuns, laymen and laywomen. Jains believe in severe penance and meditation, and death by starvation is considered one of the highest virtues in Jainism. Thus, the teachings of Mahavira advocated a pure, meager and peaceful life and a society of...
See students, here Biharas and Sanghas, monastic orders were inherent features of both Buddhism and Jainism. Monks, we are saying, wandering, moving from place to place, preaching and seeking. You can see in the video, they were preaching, meditating, both Jainism and Buddhism. For what? Seeking alms were arranged to stay together in a Sangha, means in group. Later monasteries or Biharas were built, means monastery means where the monks are living place. Their homes, they were built near the towns, thereby facilitating the collection of alms, where the groups can collect, gather and they can preach to the groups. The only condition required to the monks was that they would faithfully observe the rules and the regulations of the sanghas, the groups and associations that who left their homes to join Buddhism or Jainism. So people have left their home to join the Buddhism or to be the followers of Jainism and Buddhism. They need to live in some place. That monasteries were there. So Buddha laid down a code of conduct for his followers. There were certain rules They have to follow the people, those who are following the rules. When the these Jainism and Buddhism, means Mahavira and Gautam Buddha preached, and the peoples were also moving with them, some groups, but they have to follow the rules. So certain rules were also there.
Ridden of social stratifications.
Values. Yes, I was talking about Bihara to moving one place to another place for preaching. Buddhism monastery in Thailand is known as a Vihara what? Viharas are found all over in Thailand and maybe very ornate or very simple. Sometimes decorated and sometimes very simple. These monasteries are home to the members of the Sangha, and although means members of the group. Sangha means group, Sangati. Remember that an idea of monks having a home is inaccurate. Being a bhikkhu means to being a homeless, wanderers, moving here and there. The first Vihara were given to the Sangha as place rest during the rainy seasons. When the first monastery or first place, when there was rain, then only they got that place. Buddha laid down a code of conduct, which rules they have to follow, those who have left their home and joined the Buddhism and Jainism. Not courting the property of others, means you have not the greediness of others' property. Practicing non-violence, no fight. Discarding the use of intoxicant, means dirty things will not consume, which are not good for your health. Liquor, we can say. Speaking the truth. Not indulging in corrupt practice. Not indulge in any crime. Rich merchants, land owners, and some rulers themselves donate land to the Buddhists. So who has given them land for monasteries? Rich merchant and landowners. And Jain monks to build viharas. Many times the taxes from certain villages were kept aside by the rulers for building monasteries or vihara. The taxes they are collected by the people, they were keeping for the viharas, to build the viharas and monasteries. The village also took care of Buddhist and Jain monks and disciples, those who are followers or preachings others. So there is Panini also. Panini was a Sanskrit grammarian who gave a comprehensive and scientific theory. Phonetics, phonology and morphology. Sanskrit was the classical literary language of the Indian Hindus, and Panini is considered the founder of language and literature, who brought the language, grammar language, by Sanskrit, formulating the rules of writing the language. Astadhyayi was one of the major work of Panini. So, around the time when the above listed, scholars and thinkers were becoming popular. Brahmins advocated a system of ashram. There were ashrams with 4 stages in long journey of human's life. Brahmacharya, Grestha, Vanprastha and Sannyasi. Brahmacharya kab hota hai? A stage when a person obtained knowledge, like you, by studying the Vedas. Living in the Gurukuls and studying the Vedas earlier. Grestha means Grest, those who are married, having children, earning for livelihood and spending household life. Vanprastha, to move from one place to another in the forest, to alone, to get satisfaction, peace, for meditation. Sannyasi means to leave everything, renouncing the world and living the life of an ascetic, peaceful life, away from the materialistic, search for peace and satisfaction. That is sannyasi. So there are both the religions are teaching the same things, Buddhism and Jainism. Both were started by the members of Kshatriya Varna. Buddha stayed away from the discussion on God, while Mahavira denied the existence of God altogether. They are not preaching to one God only meditation, seeing the suffering and all that, and conclusion for the peace. Both opposed Brahmanical supremacy. The Brahmins were very supreme. They were denied that. Opposite. Jainism laid undue stress on the non-violence, while Buddhism avoided extremists. Same thing. Both are opposite of non-violence. They admitted people from low caste and the women. Jainism lay more emphasis on austerity as compared to Buddhism. Means they want the people, those who are speaking truth, avoiding violence. These both attracted the lower varnas, particularly the Vaishyas are the traders, and Buddhism did not preach it follow to give up the use of clothes, unlike Jainism. Means in Jainism they have given the particular not to wear the clothes or wear white clothes, but in Buddhism there is not like that. Both were simple religion without any elaborate or expensive rituals and practices. Simple religion, not more expensive. There is no need of money. Simple life. They can go move from one place to another, and bhikshus, they can get food from home to home, and anybody give any food to them, they are satisfied with them. Buddhism spread beyond India, while Jainism remained confined to certain areas in India. Buddhism spread beyond India, in other countries also Buddhism spread, but Jainism mostly in the India itself. They taught in the language of the masses, the prayers. Buddhism attacked the Varna system, while Jainism was not that vocal in protest. Buddhism opposed the caste system and Varna system, while Jainism did not say anything about it. Means in this Jainism reason, they didn't raise the voice about that, about Varna system. Means they are not in the favor of Varna, or in the favor of, or not in, are favor in the Varna or not in the favor of Varna. Okay. So I'm coming back to you, students. Yes. Now, students, do you have any question regarding? Already Pujnik has raised the hand. Only I will take your 5 minutes because I have started class late. You people are not joining your class late, the class early, so that's why. Yes. Pujnik, yes, speak out. Yes, Pujnik.
Ma'am, I'm not Pujnik, I'm Anisvi.
Mistake. Okay, Anisvi. Yes, Anisvi. Anisvi, speak.
Ma'am, I was not connecting, so I can't understand increasing influence of Vaishyas.
Which you didn't understand?
Ma'am, increasing influence of Vaishyas.
I'm not understanding your voice.
Ma'am, increasing influence of Vaishyas.
This I am not taught Vaishyas. See, you write in chat. Okay?
Ma'am, chat is disabled.
No, I am giving you just a minute. Yes, write in chat. Now, can you see? Till another girl can ask. Priya. Yes, Supriya. Supriya, you ask.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, in the similarities and differences between Buddhism and Jainism, in the similarities, there is a line they taught in the language of masses. Ma'am, masses is which language?
Where is written? Prakrit. Prakrit, you are asking about Prakrit.
Ma'am, they taught in the language of mazes.
In similarities, you are asking about.
Yes, ma'am.
Which point?
6th point.
Yes, when we are praying in the groups, masses. Okay? Group in group.
Okay, ma'am.
They taught in the language of the masses when we are praying, preaching.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, another girl. Gungun. Yes, Gungun.
Yes,
Gungun, yes, ask question, Gungun.
मैम आई कांट अंडरस्टैंड दिस वर्ड मैम ये जो है ना टीचिंग ऑफ जैनिज्म ऑब्जर्व मैम ये मैम इसका क्या मतलब है इस वर्ड का
We are teaching of Jainism.
सेलिबेसी
Where is it?
यस मैम मैम
Speak clearly, बच्चे.
मैम 5th पॉइंट मैम पेज नंबर 49 मैम 5th पॉइंट teachings of Jainism
Teachings of Jain. 5th point, observe celibacy. Not to marry.
yes ma'am
Free from the married life. Not to marry. सन्यासी जैसा जीवन व्यतीत करना. Okay. Okay, I will give the answer of Tejasvi. For that. Here. Vaishyas. You have talked. These are the caste system. 4 caste I told you. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudras. Those who are merchants. Business, those who are doing. These are the Vaishyas. Understood now, Anisvi? Just a minute. Anisvi, unmute yourself.
yes ma'am
Understood? 4 caste I
Yes,
told you,
ma'am.
Brahmins, Kshatriyas, those who gone for war and all that. Okay? Okay, Danak, unmute yourself, Danak. What do you want to ask? Yes, Danak. What is your question, Danak? She's not speaking. Hina?
yes ma'am
Yes, speak.
ma'am what is the meaning of salvation
Free from birth and death. Okay?
ma'am what is the
Most
meaning
are
of
so holy, we have to give our life to the meditation.
okay ma'am thank you ma'am
Any other question?
no ma'am
Okay. Pujnik, you also raise your hand.
yes ma'am
Tell me.
ma'am what is the meaning of prominent
Your voice is not clear. Which meaning?
ma'am prominent
What? Write in chat.
ma'am prominent
Prominent, main. Prominent means main. Important. Okay?
and ma'am line
Salvation free from suffering and all that. Okay? Salvation free from suffering, harm, ruin. Okay? Aima,
okay ma'am
unmute yourself,
Thank you,
Aima.
yes ma'am
Speak.
ma'am what is the meaning of asceticism
Free from materialistic things. Desire. I want this, I want that. Leave that to live life as sannyasi. Understood? Vanshika Singh. Unmute yourself, Vanshika.
ma'am I ma'am
Okay, you
Vaishnavi
speak.
Singh
Speak, Vaishnavi.
ma'am what is the meaning of sannyasa
Sannyas, leave everything. Your life, material things. And meditate. Move from the home. Okay, I think for
Okay,
today it is
okay,
enough.
ma'am.
You write your questions. And in next class, only your one topic is left. And I will revise this chapter. Okay, fine. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.